Hi everyone. Another Froot Loops morning. I think I might finish the box off today. Froot Loops. Froot Loops. That's a good character. I forget, what's his name? Toucan Sam. You'd think they put the name of the Toucan Sam, I think. I guess advertising does work, because that's the name that pops into my mind. You don't see breakfast cereal commercials on TV. Cocoa for Cocoa Puffs. That's one of the things I like about YouTube is watching the vintage. Well, in my case, the commercials I grew up with. Even with shows, TV shows, they don't have theme songs. The newer shows to these days, they don't have themes songs that stick in your head. Like when I say, I Dream of Jeannie, The Munsters, Brady Bunch, Get Smart, Batman. Lost in Space, Time Tunnel. Or the, what was the name of the, Croft? Something Croft. They put out like, HR Puff and stuff. The Land That Time Forgot. Was that the name of it? With the, with those lizards. The animation, the special effects on those were so good. They're classic. Yep, Saturday mornings when you were a kid. There's some great stuff on TV. Didn't have to be educational. Just want to be a kid. Does oh yeah. And if you grew up Catholic, of course you had to watch that Davy and Goliath, was it? They'd have that on every Sunday morning. Ed Gumby. Casper the Friendly Ghost. I used to love Johnny Quest. Johnny Quest was one of my favorites. Of course, Lost in Space. The Munsters. I think I would choose, if it was between the Addams Family and the Munsters, I think I'd probably choose the Addams. I don't know, each one has each one is great in its own right. Maybe the Addams Family. Does anybody watch Sven Gulli? In my area, he's on, I think, Saturday. I think they changed it. He's on like Saturday at 9 o'clock or something like that. And that's a throwback. When I was a kid, there used to be a lot of local shows with some characters that would play some scary old movies, like English movies. Or I can remember some of those movies really scared the you know what out of me. My parents wouldn't allow me to watch them. I remember we used to have this portable TV on a cart, and I was watching it. I was watching this scary English movie, and someone had passed away, and they sent the help in there to take care of the body. And the person was looking at the ring on the finger and went to steal it. And he dropped it and it went underneath the bed. So he went under the bed to get it, and the arm fell down, slowly fell off the side of the bed onto the person. I remember jumping, and then my mother yelling at me, telling me to turn the TV off, go to bed. You know, when I say any of these shows, the tunes come right into your head. You know, Gilligan's Island, I Dream of Jeannie. They all have theme songs that stick. Now it's all, everything's reality TV shows. Get Sanford and Son, the Jeffersons, Archie Bunker. Some of the older shows would be like, I don't know why this comes to my mind, is Car 54, Where Are You? That was a really old show. That was black and white. That actually had the guy that played on the Munsters, I don't know what you call him, for lack of, he wasn't called Frankenstein, it was Mr. What was his name? But yeah, he played one of the cops on Car 54. Some of the earliest memories I have of television are my three sons. My three sons, was that the name of it? I've got the theme in my head as I say it. Yeah, for some reason I must have watched that show a lot. Family Affair. Although I don't think I can recall the theme song for that. Of course, you have like the Partridge Family. I can't remember the name of that show with Bill Bixby in it. And his son, he's a single dad and his son, and they're walking along the beach, and they have the theme song that I remember. Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, Land of the Giants, one obscure one that you never really see on TV. I think it ran for a year, maybe only. It was short-lived. It was the Green Hornet, and that had Bruce Lee in it. I don't know if that was a spin-off from Batman. Did Batwoman? Did they spin off from Batman and have a TV series, Batwoman? I don't recall. I knew I would. Oh, guess what I forgot? I forgot my Christmas trees. And I forgot my salt. It's probably hard-boiled now. I tried to go a little under than 3 minutes, but the residual heat probably has cooked it by now. I didn't get my salt. I have to go get my salt. Yeah, I have to have my daily allowance of salt. My recommended daily allowance of salt. Yeah. Maybe finish my cereal first. Yeah, and of course, can't believe I forgot, of course, Star Trek. You got that beginning song in your head if you watch Star Trek. As soon as you say Star Trek, you get the song in your head. You can't say that with any of the shows these days. Some of them I don't even watch, well, no, I hate to say it, but I guess if I think of the show, which is so bad, I never really see it in syndication, and that's Friends. I don't know who watched that show, that generation. Friends, really? I like Seinfeld, but Friends. There's some video, I think, on YouTube that shows not the guy that played. I don't even know their names. One of the none of them went on to do anything. I think they tried to break out and do other things in movies, but none of them were successful. But what they do is they when they tape those, they put the laugh tracks in later on, and I guess when they give their one-line jokes without the laugh tracks, it comes off as really creepy because it's like completely silent, and they give the lines, they say their lines, and there's no audience laughter or clapping or anything, and they put that in afterwards. So you know, it's just dry, and it comes off as creepy. I guess I don't think I did. I watch it. I can't remember. I just remember seeing like I think it was being recommended based on something I was watching. I saw the thumbnail. But yeah, if those shows weren't taped in front of a live audience, they put all those laugh tracks in. I don't know. I think they used to actually have paid people in the audience to laugh on some shows. I'm surprised they never brought back. Did they ever try? It would probably come off as creepy, and I think what do they have? They have versions of it, but the dating game. You know, as far as game shows go, you had Hollywood Squares. They have I got rid of cable like maybe 3 years ago now. But broadcast television, we've got a channel locally that has all the old. It's like a game show network, so it plays all the vintage game shows. Like I think actually originally I think it used to be called maybe the $10,000 Pyramid. No, I think it's the $100,000 Pyramid. But there's a lot of game shows that the hosts are not what they originally, they went to make their name in other game shows and not the first thing that they've ever accomplished. Yeah, there's some game shows I never even, that must have been the era, the 70s must have been like the era of game shows. A lot of morning game shows. I wonder how long reality TV will stay in favor until people get tired of that and want something, what's old becomes new and what's new becomes old. Is that how the phrase goes? So eventually a generation might already be happening. Just gets tired of reality TV. HR Puff and stuff. Does anybody remember? I think it was on public television. This is obscure, kind of really 70s vibe show. It's called Jabberwocky. I don't know if that was just in the Boston area on PBS. I can't remember the name of that British show with the marionettes. They had this team, and there was a toy line. There's a toy line based on the show, but they have these rockets that they go up in. But the whole show is marionettes. Is that what they're called? They're all operated by the strings. You can see, if you look closely, you can see the strings holding all the puppets. It's a famous English toy manufacturer that makes the The rocket said the name escapes me. I think I have one of those sitting around somewhere. Whatever happened? I had one of the. It had a missile in the front that you could fire. I can't. It was. I can't remember what I did with that. It's sitting around somewhere. Excuse me. That would just make a lot of noise. Getting that time consuming. Getting that milk out with a spoon. You know, I don't know if I'm in a cream cheese mood this morning. I might just go with the strawberry preserves. Remember strawberry preserve? I think in the last video I called it jam. No, I like with the chunks of strawberry in it. It's probably why this stuff is so expensive. I guess probably it would be really cost effective to grow your own strawberries and can them if you know how to make. Of course, major ingredient is lots and lots of sugar when you're making preserves. That egg actually was okay. It wasn't hard boiled yet. That kid that played that was the actor on H.R. Puff and stuff. He did not, well, he ended up becoming an alcoholic, and then I think he got mouth or jawbone cancer. And if you search the internet, he had a tragic life. Wasn't he in the movie? I think he was in the movie Oliver, too. I think a lot of breakfast cereals ended up having some Saturday morning cartoons too. Like, I seem to remember wasn't there a monster cereal, or like Frankenberry. I think that's what it was called, Frankenberry. A couple of months ago, I had a flashback in the cereal aisle, and I was looking for Sugar Puffs. Isn't Sugar Puffs still around? I couldn't find it. You know, it had the bear on it, and I didn't see it on the shelf. I was looking for something in the snack aisle that I thought was just a constant that they made up until, forever. But I couldn't remember the name of it. And then I was watching this other channel, and they mentioned the guy mentioned the name, And I couldn't believe the timing that he mentioned the name, and it was called Scooter Pies. Now I don't know if that was just locally. It was like 2 pieces of graham cracker and marshmallow in between, and then the whole thing was like dipped in chocolate, and it was individually packaged, so the box was about the size of the large saltine cracker boxes. And then they had all the Scooter Pies in there. And when I was a kid, a lot of kids, you'd have that. It would be in your lunchbox. That would be your snack. And it was, graham crackers and then marshmallow, like a marshmallow in between. And the whole thing had been, dipped in chocolate. They don't make them anymore. It's like locally here we have we used to have a company that made Necco wafers, I think. I haven't had those in a long time. They're hard to describe. They're sort of like a very thin Tums or something like that. They're called Necco wafers. And without any warning, the company was shut down and all the workers were let go. And it was sold to some anonymous buyer. And then the last I heard, the city had given them a break or something like that, I think, on their taxes. And then without warning, they let all the workers go. And there was a big political stink about what had happened and pressure on the company. And I guess they ended up paying out some benefits, but I think as of now, the company is no longer around. That's another one that I forgot about, is Charleston Chew candy bars. I thought they'd be around forever. They don't make those anymore. The commercial was you could put them in the freezer and then you bring them out and you smack it down on a table and crack it into little bits. I think that was part of the commercial. Charleston Chew candy bars. I'm pretty sure they were made here locally. There are some companies online that you can order vintage candies from. I don't know who's making them. You surely wouldn't want old stock. Or somehow there's enough of a market where some candy manufacturer will make them in small batches, I guess. But there are these companies that you can tell them you want like a package, an assortment of candy from the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s. Yeah, there's talk about theme songs. There's a commercial that when I grew up as a kid, you always saw on TV, and that was the Good and Plenty commercials and the Cracker Jack commercials. And I got those songs stuck in my head. Candy-coated popcorn, peanuts, and a prize. That's what you get with Cracker Jacks. And Charlie says, love my Good and Plenty. Charlie Says Love My Good and Plenty. Really rings the bell. Charlie Says Love My Good and Plenty. Don't know any other candy I love so well. I think that's how it goes. I wonder if in the future I won't be able to monetize this video because I've said the lyrics to these songs. I did a commentary on them, so I think that falls under fair use. But who knows with this? I don't hear anybody talking about it anymore. Is this Article 13 that the European Union passed? I don't think anybody knows what to do with that. I think that's just a way to shake down money from people to keep the EU afloat. This non-viable, model for this European Union. Anytime they need money, they find Google, they find Amazon. Now they want to, tax the internet. The whole concept of the internet is links. And they want every link to be a tax. A link tax. So if you're not the original creator, basically it just destroys the whole concept of the internet. And that is, you can put links in documents that link to other documents, that link to other documents, that link to other documents. But I guess I'm finished with this morning's breakfast and my rambling on numerous topics. So I hope you found this video interesting. I hope it sort of falls in the category of ASMR. Appreciate all my subscribers, all my viewers. I don't understand the subscriber count. It always just jumps back and forth, back and forth. I think YouTube does some verification or something like that. I know somewhere I read about how if you have a monetized channel, how they have to go, there isn't just one central location where all your view data is retained. It's spread out around the world. So they have to do this search and go around looking at all these servers and verify all the views and all the data concerning the channel and how they calculate monetization. So that's why it doesn't happen like instantaneously. They don't pay out first and then ask questions later. So I'm rambling on again. Thanks for watching. Thanks to the subscribers and viewers. Thanks. See you next video. Bye.